on this Thursday morning, Chris Christie no longer running for president. He ended his bid for the White House in New Hampshire last night, but not before a hot mic in New Hampshire caught him saying this about Nikki Haley.
Look, she spent $68 million so far, just on TV. Spent $68 million so far, $59 million by DeSantis, and we spent 12. I mean, who's punching above their weight and who's getting a return on their investment, you know? And she's going to get smoked. And you and I both know it. She's not up to this. You know, I talked to DeSantis, called me, petrified.
This as Fox News Power rankings show Nikki Haley moving into second place for the first time.
And a new poll shows her gaining ground in New Hampshire, just 7 points behind Donald Trump.
All right, joining us now live from Iowa, 2024 presidential candidate Nikki Haley. Great to see you, Governor. What's your reaction to that caught on tape moment from Governor Chris Christie about you?
I mean, look, it's not a surprise. These fellows have been talking like that from the beginning when it was 14 candidates and I was at 2%. You know, for us, it's always been slow and steady wins the race. It's the people that decide. We have been putting in 11 months of campaigning, not just in one state, but in every state. We've spent our money right. And we focused on relationships with the people on the ground and gaining their trust. And that's why you see this has become a two-person race with me and Donald Trump. And, you know, while everybody else wants to discount us, I'll tell you, we keep moving, and we're moving for a reason.
Governor, you make the point that people need to pay attention to the people on the ground. And you're right. You've seen some traction in New Hampshire, but I spent over 300,000 miles in airlines last year talking with voters. And there's just not an appetite for your candidacy amongst average day Republican voters, the base of the party. So what are you going to do to turn that around? Because I am listening to the people. What is it that you hear from them?
I mean, Lawrence, you're listening to a few people in a diner, but I'll tell you that we're listening to, we've done over 150 town halls. We've done over 150 town halls, and we have talked to every person. We've answered every question. We've shaken every hand. We feel good about this. I mean, look, politics isn't personal for me. You know, the fellas might take it personally. It's not for me. We have a country to save. And, you know, while I can tell you that we know that the economy's out of control and we've got to get inflation back on track. We know we've got to get our kids reading. We've got to secure our border once and for all. It's not about politics. It's about policy and results. And that's what we're going to give to the people. And that's why I think we're doing so well in the polls.
What is your response to Donald Trump when he says, she always promised me that she wasn't going to run?
Look, that was before we had the debacle in Afghanistan. It was before we saw, you know, inflation on the rise, and it certainly was before the midterm losses that we had. I worked really hard on those midterms to try and get governors, House members, and Senate members to win, and we lost all of that. And that's when I knew, and I gave him a call. I gave him a call for two reasons. One, because it was the right thing to do. He had given me the job. But two, because I wanted him to know I was in it to win it. And you look at these head-to-head polls of me and Biden, you know, Trump is head-to-head, and it's within the margin of error. It'd be another nail-biter. I defeat Biden by double digits, 17 points. That's bigger than the presidency. That's governorships, that's House, that's Senate, that's school boards, and that's a mandate to get our country back on track.
Yeah, of course, that's in a general election. In the primary, you got to get past Donald Trump, who currently is ahead. Right now, last night you were at a debate at Drake University in Des Moines. It was on CNN, and there was a lot of back and forth between you and Ron DeSantis because essentially you are fighting for number 2. Watch this.
We don't need another mealy-mouthed politician.
Rather than have him go and tell you all these lies, you can go to DeSantisLies.com.
I debated the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. You know, I thought he lied a lot. Man, Nikki Haley gives him a run for his money.
Every time he lies, Drake University, don't turn this into a drinking game because you will be overserved.
And she may even be more liberal than Gavin Newsom is.
His campaign is exploding.
Well, Governor, it was very clever on the behalf of your campaign to come up with that website, that URL. You did make a good point, and that is, if you're going to surge in a campaign, you want to surge at the end before people start to caucus or before people start to vote. I mean, a year ago, Ron DeSantis was way ahead of Donald Trump in the polls. Now, here we are just 4 days away from Iowa. Do you have a prediction of what's going to happen on Monday night in Iowa?
Well, I think, look, we felt good about the debate last night. There have been lots of lies floating around. It's easier for us to put a website up and go and show that the fact checkers have all said that he's lying on dozens of things. So we put it on a website so we could deal with it. But what I can tell you now is our goal is to be strong in Iowa. We're going to move it to a two-person race when we get to New Hampshire. We're going to get stronger when it's in South Carolina, and we're going to finish it. And this is very much an open race. This is very much something that's going to happen. I mean, Trump didn't show up on the debate stage. That's unfortunate. He's got a lot of things to answer for. And, just to do a town hall where you can answer questions easily is one thing. To get on a debate stage and have to take the hard questions is something very different. But, the people are excited. They're ready. They're making their decisions. We can feel it. And so, look, we're going to continue to do everything we can to fight for every Iowan's vote all the way until the end. And then we're headed to New Hampshire, and we're looking for a good night in New Hampshire as well.
No doubt about it. Single digits to one of the two or three left standing is tremendous. But Elon Musk seems to have called you out on this. He said this on his on X or Twitter. Do you want to fly in an airplane where they prioritize DEI hiring over your safety? That's actually happening. And he pointed out that you served on the board of Boeing. What's your reaction to that?
I served on the board of Boeing because they brought 7,500 jobs to our state. We fought unions together. We went through a lot together, and they knew that I knew their company and knew everything well. And I stayed on the board for about 10 or 11 months. And then when they decided to ask for a corporate bailout, I've always opposed corporate bailouts. I've always opposed bank bailouts. I knew the right thing to do was respectfully to bow out because that wasn't what I did. And so I stand by it. It's a good American company. They make planes for the Air Force. They do commercial airline things. And look, a lot of companies are woke. South Carolina, when I was governor, was never woke. It never will be. And when I was at the UN, I certainly wasn't woke. And all these people going back and forth, you can say things about companies. At the end of the day, the people on the ground don't care about what's woke. They care about not letting it come into their schools. They care about not letting it interfere with the economy. They care about making sure that we secure our border. They don't want to hear about it in those terms. They want to hear about it in terms of results and how it affects their families every day. And they just want to be able to live without anybody telling them what to do.
Yeah, I mean, Nikki, being from South Carolina, I will tell you, everyone in our state was so excited when she brought Boeing to our state. When you fly into the Charleston airport, you can see the big plant. We were proud of you for serving on that board. We were so excited when BMW moved into the Spartanburg or Greer area. That meant more jobs for South Carolinians. So I know the rest of the country might feel that way, but that's not how South Carolinians feel. And one more quick question, sorry, Lawrence, but being from South Carolina, what can you expect there? Because people love you, they love Tim Scott, and they love Donald Trump. How do we decide if for the voters in South Carolina?
Well, South Carolinians are very smart. They don't throw their vote away. So they want to see you fight for it. They want to see you work for it. And so I think they're watching what we do in Iowa. They're going to watch what we do in New Hampshire. And then they're going to wait until they see what's given to them in South Carolina. That's when you'll see things shift. Our approval numbers are very good in South Carolina because they know I fought for them. They know we fought to pass the toughest illegal immigration law in the country. They know we passed tort reform, that we passed voter ID, that we, turned South Carolina into the beast of the Southeast by bringing 11% unemployment down to 4%. So they're very proud of the work that we did. And so we're going to bring it back to South Carolina, and we're going to bring it back with momentum.
And taking down the Confederate flag. People cheered you on for that.
All right. Nikki Haley, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Governor.
We're going to be in Iowa on Monday. Hope you can drop by Des Moines to be with us. And the week after, we're going to be in New Hampshire. Maybe we'll see you twice in person in the next 2 weeks.
You will see us a lot. Go to NikkiHaley.com and join us.
All right. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.